Hi everyone, just wanted to make a brief video on the patch 1 update that they did to the January build. This is the first patch that's been released, and I just want to provide a quick overview. Most of it are bug fixes and quality of life fixes. There are some champion stuff, tweaks that they always do. I'm not going to go over the champion stuff because those will just never be ending. But I'll just focus on the quality of life things and also other things that they might have changed that aren't really part of the patch release notes. So they fixed an issue where the Raider or Leviathan drop pads that they drop couldn't be picked up if a deployable or one of those wards that you placed were right on top of it. That happened to me in the game, and so it's glad to see that fixed. They also resolved an issue where during combat people could be permanently rooted in place. That would be no fun, so they got that done. The small urban jungle camps in the minimap for Gotham Divided will now show up as little skull icons. This was an issue as to figuring out when they respawned. You had to just kind of know, so at least now you have an indicator on the minimap. So I believe Coast City has always had this issue, has always had that feature, so it's good to see that's actually going to Gotham Divided now. There's the issue I noticed before, and I've commented a couple times in my videos, when a dampener gets destroyed, it still continued to function like it was still there in terms of detecting stealth and also this where you can also buy items from it still. So they fixed those two things that it shouldn't be doing that. They also fixed a turret environmental destruction not functioning property. Not entirely sure what that means, but they say that's been fixed. Mecha Wonder Woman, her afterburn skill, it no longer reveals herself with afterburn if the enemy gets hit by the DOT. Okay. Zatanna, the armor reduction of when you use Be a Rabbit should have reduced the armor of the enemy by 10%. Instead, it was setting the armor to 10%. So if you had 50 armor, it went down to 5 rather than 45. So they fixed that. And then they resolved an issue where some players were unable to see the chat after exiting a game. And also, there were a persistent issue it was seen before in the January update where players would get stuck at reloading at 80% of the game. They've implemented a fix for that. Hopefully that takes care of them all, but if you do see it, keep reporting those in and they'll try to keep fixing it. They also have a fix that was causing some players to see session expired message when they try to access the store. If you do see the session expired message still, one way to get around it that most people have found is just to navigate away from that page and click on the store button again. So sometimes it takes a long, so as long as you see the icon spinning, it's still loading technically. But if you that's a workaround that people found, but hopefully now that's all gone and resolved. And then there was an issue where if you were in a group and you finished out of a game, accepting the next match during the end of game scorecard would break the chat during the next game. So they fixed that, so you should be able to see all the chat. One of the things I don't see here is you can always hear the all chat notification if you're in a lobby. A lobby being the champion select screen. That's always a little pet peeve of mine. Hopefully they will resolve that at some point in the future. One of the things that they haven't covered in this January patch update that I said, I mean, there's a whole bunch of champion stuff. I'll put the link of to get access to where the patch notes are at the bottom of this, but one other thing that they haven't covered is the referral program is live. So if you have friends or were trying to get friends to join in, here's a good way to incentivize you to sell a little bit harder. The referral program is essentially if you get a friend or friends, hopefully, to join the game and play such that their account hits level 10. They have to play enough games to hit level 10 account level. You get credited for bringing them into the game. So here you can see the first reward structure, the reward structure here, and it goes down to up to 150 people. So if you manage to get one person to hit level 10, you get a cool icon, an exclusive tier 1 icon, and 250 merit for getting them in. If you get 2 people, you get an additional 500 merit. If you get 5 people, you get a second icon and an additional 2,000 merit. If you get 10 people, you get 1,000 crisis coins, and it just gets better. So the I mean 150 you get a comic signed by DC Talent and 20,000 Crisis coins. I am pretty sure that's enough to buy out the entire catalog right now as it exists. Now on top of all that, you get 1,000 merit for every player that comes in. So one player, you're getting the 250 merit or plus 1,000 merit for that person coming in. So each person that you bring in is another 1,000 merit, which that 7 people will be easily any one of the champions almost. I think 7,000 or 8,000 is the highest here. Um, Stolen powers are 4,000, so 4 people. So, and not to mention the crisis coins you're getting. So the crisis coins will speak volumes. There are some other swags you can get away. It's not just in-game bonuses you can get. I mean, there is this exclusive, not exclusive. It doesn't say exclusive here. Sorry. The Gaslight Joker sushi stuff skin. There's also T-shirts you can get and signed posters. So lots of cool stuff. I encourage you to do it. Look into it if you haven't got Front. If he, no, Fortunately, the program isn't retroactive, so it's only forward going. But if you have other people, this is the best time to spam them. So essentially, what you want to do is you log into the website, go to your account section, and then you'll see a little referral program on the left here. Go ahead and click on summary to get a nice overview, and there's a nice little blurb there if you mouse over the question mark. And then at the it kind of gives you a nice little tracker here. And then if you see send invites here, you're going to see a nice big URL here. That's the URL you need to give your friends to click on that. You need to send that exact URL. Each person will have their own one. I know you're seeing mine. Don't bother with mine because I don't really qualify for any of this stuff. But by all means, this is a great time to get your friends in. So with that concludes the update.